goddamn rabbit food. Why can't I just eat burgers and lose some weight?
Grizzle, because that's reality. And until the future when food is so genetically altered that even a cheese puff will taste normal while having the same healthy nutrients as a carrot, then you're going to have to suck it up.
Well, Jesus, Zeus, Thor, Allah, and Buddha. I was only complaining like everybody else does on a diet.
As well as attempting to offend as many religions as possible. But thank you all the same for providing a way for me to make this opening skit relevant to my review of Watership Down. Now, I've yet to read the actual book, but I do love the animated film. It was dark, violent, scary, all the things you wouldn't expect from a story centered around adorable little bunnies. And it still kicks so much ass to this very day. But when I discovered that there was an animated series, I was skeptical as could be with how cutesy and polished it looked. But when I saw the original film's director, Martin Rawson, was directly involved with the animated series, I decided to give it a watch. And is it worth checking out?
Well, let's find out.
Well, while it's not nearly as scary or violent as the original film, the series still manages to bring forth the same story in a new and interesting light. Being a series, there's a lot more time devoted to character development. I also like how the characters and their various conflicts are represented and built up over time as the series goes on, as well as more detail and tension with the whole entire conflict between the rabbit groups. Big Wig is easily my favorite once again, as I liked him in the original for being such a badass.
I've had a belly full of you, my son! This way!
My other favorite is Hawkbit, just because of his sarcastic and depressing attitude towards everything. I just seriously found him relatable at times.
Do I really have to do this? Bigwig certainly has a talent for digging. You're almost as good as a doe.
How are you two getting on?
Well, come join us. There's plenty of rain for everyone.
And I have to give major props for bringing in John Hurt, the voice of Fiverr in the original, to voice General Woundwort in this series. Now, isn't that an awesome and terrifying bit of irony?
Man, may Frith burn the flesh from his bones.
Rest in peace, John Hurt. You'll always be missed. And Woundwort is such an awesome and dark villain. You're just flat out scared for your heroes whenever he's on screen.
Surrender, Hazel! Perhaps I'll let some of your Warren live.
The story is similar to the original starting off, but manages to put its own spin on it with prison break missions and adding more characters and threats to deal with. Granted, they go on a few goofy side adventures, most likely to pad the series out, but even then, they still use the time in those filler episodes to develop character and morals. And while it's not as violent, they still manage to work in a few good fights. As well as clever censorship that lets you know that a character straight up dies. I wouldn't mess with that Warren either, Nick Wilde.
The General ordered the skull left as a warning to other invaders.
How many did you lose in the battle?
None.
Any group of rabbits that's capable of killing a fox isn't worth the trouble of a mid-afternoon snack. Now, I will say the series is not perfect by any means. The animation, while mostly decent, can seem lazy at times, but thankfully it's not too distracting. And once you get to Season 3, while they polish the look of the characters and animation, the final few episodes are a major cop-out when they bring in the element of magic and showing off the Black Rabbit a lot more instead of cleverly keeping him to the shadows. It's not terrible, but it could have been a lot stronger, especially since it built up a big epic war towards the end. I think Season 3 is only worth checking out if you really like the series up to this point and just want to see more of your favorite characters. But overall, this series is still definitely worth taking a look at, especially if you like the original film, ironically. There's a lot of comparisons you can make between the two, whether for better or worse for either. And while it still has some problems, the series still stands strongly and is engaging enough on its own with great characters and an interesting storyline.
So what's that there verdict, Jeff Puffer?
My final verdict for Watership Down, the animated series, is a solid 7.5 out of 10. Not perfect, but still a new and fresh take on this story about violent rabbits and their journey to make their paradise a reality. Now, Grizzle, do you want to start watching this series while continuing to eat your healthy green num-nums?
Nah. I think I'll resume my gummy bears marathon while eating gummy bears.
You just started your diet today, Grizzle.
Hey, you only live once, Jeffrey. Bye-bye.
You, my friend, lack commitment.